Hello everyone, this is FDV's with Direg here to bring you another episode of Learn to Play. In our last episode, we looked at the basics of Terran economics, and well, we just looked at the basics of economics in general. So now we'll be looking at the basics of production, starting out with the Terrans. Now, you see, the thing about when you have a good economy, you want to spend your money. You'll always hear Husky or Day 9 talking about, you just want to spend your money as fast as you possibly can. Whoever, it doesn't matter if you have 10,000 minerals, if your opponent, has 10,000 units. Basically, it really sucks to die with a lot of bank. So I'll be explaining how to spend that bank and get all the good stuff like Marines, Marauders, Stim, the good stuff. The juicy game-winning units. So we'll first start by getting a good economy. Don't need to talk about this too much, I don't think. Very important to have a good economy, and we will start by adding on our very first barracks right now. In case you are wondering, by the way, this is a game with no opponent. The game, gets that whole score screen, whatever, and I just click return to game and go right back to work. So, what we'll be looking at today is a simple one racks expand, and then we'll begin to talk about how many barracks should I actually be getting. Now, a quick rule of thumb about barracks is that you can support roughly 5 barracks per base of constant regular marine production with 16 workers on minerals. Now, that's just basic regular marines. And we don't really want to do that, do we? We want to get Marines, Marauders, whatever. We're not planning to do a 5 racks all in. I would normally say that... Oops, forgot to send that early. He's talking too much. I would normally say that you really would like to have at least 3 barracks per base. There's no reason not to. For every command center you have, you want to have at least 3 barracks. Very general, very much a rule of thumb, but a good one.
What's going on?
Want to make sure you keep up your supply depots. Supply depots are very important. As I said in the last one, for every base you have, you want to build a supply depot at a time. Which means 1 base, 1 supply depot, 2 base, 2 supply depots. I'm going to start adding on this. You'll notice my minerals are climbing. I should be producing units as part of this. Have that hotkey to 4 so we can just hit 4Q or oh gosh, I think it's A on standard. You'll notice I don't actually use the standard hotkey setup, so sometimes I mess up with what I'm saying. Anyways, going to start adding on those barracks. You'll notice I got my gas around the same time I put my naturals command center down. That's so I can get the nice things like the tech lab, the reactor, a factory. I will be going for factory before reactor or tech lab, simply because it's nice to start going down the tech tree faster. And the thing about a factory is, in a general rule, if you want to have 3 barracks per base, if you're going for a pure bio, you'll want 4 barracks. If you're going for more of a mix, you'll want 3 barracks and a factory per base. Very general, very basic, very much a rule of thumb, but this is what you'll do. Good way to get out of Bronze League. And you'll notice even right now I am not spending my money as efficiently as I could be, just because I am talking, and that is always a problem. Going to want to get a tech lab and a reactor. No reason to get 2 tech labs or 2 reactors, since you'll want all the upgrades you can get out of a reactor. We want to be able to spend this gas here, and we also want to, out of a tech lab, but we'll also want to keep up our marine production.
Complete.
So you'll notice we have that. We'll start making that Marauder right away. Get Stim. Stim is very important. The sooner you get Stim, the better off you are. Keep our SCV production up. I'm going to hotkey this to 5. You'll notice I have my barracks on 4. I'm going to get another barracks now. So I have 3 barracks. I'm going to get ready and get my starport down. Now you're going to want basically 1 starbase for every for every 2 bases you have. It's or rather like every 1.5 base. So basically on 2 bases I'm going to want a starport. On 3 bases I'm going to want 2 starports, both of them reactored. Notice I'm going to keep all this hotkey up, get everything hotkeyed together, that way I don't have to struggle too hard to find out where everything is. I can just hit a couple of buttons and we'll be right on that. Now normally I'm going to say that you will want to get your attack upgrade before your armor upgrade as Terran, just because versus Toss and Zerg it's usually for the best. Notice I do have a slight oversaturation here. I'm going to send them to build some things for me. Start getting that barracks count up a little higher. Going to put down another reactor because Marines are imba. I'm going to keep up everything going, and now you'll see I'll be able to start my medevac production.
Insufficient
Vespene gas. You will be getting that message quite a bit. You just want to be able to make sure you take your gases. I must confess my gas timings could use some work as Terran. But hey, that's why I'm a Protoss player. You'll notice I'm just keeping up all these hotkeys going, getting my Marauders, getting my Marines. You'll know I'm not actually perfect with it, and few people are in the lower leagues. So instead of worrying about whether or not you have the perfect, constant production, just put a couple of extra barracks, a couple of extra factories down, and that'll be able to keep it up. And you'll notice that I have got it myself supply blocked. I'm going to do a no-no here and build 4 at a time to get myself unsupply blocked. Normally you're going to want to start maybe, 8 or so, not 8, because 8 would be a whole supply depot. You're going to want to start building supply depots early. You're going to want to say, okay, I'm 6 supply away from supply block, time to build a supply depot. You'll notice, because I have no supply depots, I'm just not able to produce anything. And that is never a good place to be in. Keeping this all going.
Not enough energy.
We have an upgrade complete. Going to go for armor while my armory is getting built. Think I'm going to go for some tanks. No, I am going to wait and get Hellbats because I like Hellbats. Going to keep up our production. You'll notice that stim is done, so immediately going to get combat shield. And this is the very basics of Terran production for bio. Obviously, if you want to play a little bit of a more mech style, you would probably be going for more factories. You'll notice even now I'm floating minerals. And so if you're floating minerals like this, no reason not to just start throwing down barracks. Just keep spending your money. No reason not to. Whenever you have extra money, whenever it starts to climb like this, build barracks, build factories, build supply depots, and keep building units. And that is the basics of Terran economics. Hope to see you guys next economics, basics of Terran production.